Welcome to Masked Matches of May. If you are unaware, this is a thing I have done for the last 2 years. In 2017, I did highlights of various masked careers in Lucha and abroad. Then in 2018, I did a match recommendation / review a day. Both 2017 and 2018 were just written, and I'll link to them in the description for this video. In 2019, I'll be doing a daily match recommendation review on video, or audio, but I will be uploading all these to YouTube. You can participate by commentating on this video and anywhere it's posted. I'd love to hear what others have to say about all of these matches. If you join my Patreon at the $10 level, I'll even let you suggest a match as long as it's easy to watch online, free, and of course includes a masked talent, because it is Masked Matches of May. If you pay $5 on my Patreon, you'll get access to match commentaries, of which there will be one for every match I do this month. These are commentary tracks that you can listen to with the match, hear my thoughts on it, watch along live with me basically. This may be added to the start of all videos, so I'll give a timestamp so that you can skip over this patch talking about the Patreon for the future videos. For May 1st, 2019, our match of the day is champions El Hijo del Santo and Octagón versus El Satánico and La Parka for the AAA World Tag Team Champions. This is the first reign in the belt's history, the match taking place on December 1st, 1993 and airing on January 2nd, 1994. AAA was still a fairly new company, having their first show in May of 1992 and their first Triple Mania in April of 1993. They were very hot at this time, being the hottest wrestling ticket in Mexico and arguably the hottest ticket on the planet, as WCW and WWE were on a downswing for much of the early to mid-90s. Triple Mania 1, as far as I know, still boasts being the largest crowd for a wrestling event in Mexico's history. Enough about AAA though, as this is a match review and not a history lesson. This match is about the established guys and their proteges. El Hijo del Santo and Satánico are already very established, Satánico being the leader of the late 80s and early 90s stable Los Infernals, and the oldest man here at 34. La Parka was 28 and Octagón was 32, while Santo was 30. El Hijo del Santo being more established than Octagón, likely due to having lineage, something the other three here don't have. AAA was founded by CMLL, the oldest lucha and wrestling company on the planet's creative member Antonio Peña, walking out and taking with him a large chunk of CMLL's roster, both homegrown talent and big freelancers who work CMLL and UWA and other shows. Octagón was the poster boy for this. CMLL had been pushing him hard as a new star of the early 90s, and then he went to AAA and became one of their biggest stars, a poster boy for their brand and often in the spotlight in the 1990s. Satánico and El Hijo del Santo were much less CMLL properties, even if they worked there frequently before making the jump to AAA. While La Parka was solely a creation by Antonio Peña, which Peña protected with an iron fist, which is why La Parka now goes by LA Park, as Peña and his army of lawyers insisted on protecting the AAA IP and brand. Again, this is a match review, not a history lesson, so how is the match? This was a very good tag title match, if not something entirely mind-blowing. My biggest joy in watching this match comes from the character work and selling by La Parka. He really looks great here, and this is a good example of the sort of stuff La Parka was doing even before he became the chairman of WCW, which is how many English-speaking fans came to know of him and still think of him to this day. Octagón and El Hijo del Santo both do some stunning maneuvers and are both part of various character moments La Parka has in this match. Really, La Parka has a character moment with each of these talents. He gets staggered by El Hijo del Santo and then is helped up by him and shakes his hand briefly. He hugs Octagón and gets his neck realigned by teammate El Satánico. Teams here too are very easy to book and put together. El Satánico or the Satanic teaming with La Parka or the Reaper, and then you have El Hijo del Santo or the Son of the Saint and Octagón, a vague martial artist who may have predicted MMA with his name. Over the next few years, Octagón would become the AAA Golden Boy, the technical face of the company, a position he mostly held on to over the next 20-ish years until he officially left the company in late 2017 over a pay dispute after not working a match with them since 2003. El Hijo del Santo and Satánico would hold no such allegiance to AAA, El Hijo del Santo leaving in 1995 and only returning for a brief stint in 2003 and one match in 2009. Satánico only worked for them in 1993 and 1994, He has since mostly worked in CMLL and has become one of their trainers for years, since stepping away from full-time competition. Parka has had perhaps the strangest relationship with AAA, leaving in 1996 to focus on working in WCW, which he did until 2000 when it closed. He would then work with CMLL, which prompted AAA to axe his use of the Parka name, making him become LA Park in the early 2000s. This strained his relationship with them until 2010 when he returned, where he would go to work on for 3 or 4 years with the company, even beating Parka for the rights to the Parka name, which of course was reversed by the Lucha and Boxing Commission. He would then become a Mexican indie talent for about 5 years until 2018, when he returned to both AAA and CMLL at the same time, headlining Triple Mania in his first mask vs. mask win on that card, though he did shave El Mises, Ricky Banderas, or Mil Muertes as many know him, at the 2011 Triple Mania event. Overall, this match is worth catching and is one of the few tag title matches from AAA at that time. Octagón and El Hijo del Santo would later drop the straps to Eddie Guerrero and Art Barr, but then when Art Barr died, Eddie Guerrero left AAA, vacating the titles, which went dormant from 1994 until AAA revived them in 2007, which coincided with AAA's reconstructing of how their belts work to further differentiate themselves from being like CMLL. And that is the first masked match of May. I hope this review worked okay for you. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please check out the Patreon, Lost in Lucha. You can also check out my blog on Tumblr and me on Twitter. I am Lost in Lucha on Twitter. The handle is @LostInYourEars, which is my handle in most places. It's my handle on Discord. It's also my handle on Reddit. I hope that you enjoyed this review, and I hope you'll enjoy the next 30 to come all this May. It's going to be a lot of work, but I'm really looking forward to watching all of this Lucha, like I always do when I'm sat in front of the screen looking at luchadors do what they do. This is Lost in Your Ears. This is Lost in Lucha, signing out.